Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Delusional's Arcade. So in this episode, we're going to kind of go through what I have to do, what projects I have. You can see this place is a mess over here, but I'm just going to take you through and just show you what I'm working on. I have just a few things to do. Just been really busy with work and everything, but I will kind of show you what projects I'm working on and what my status update is for now. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, so I guess we'll start here. So this is the Vigolix. I made the Vigolix. You can see if you click on the link above, I actually constructed a few of them. But this one here is the first one that I did for my son. And what I'm doing now, I'm just going to take this off here. I just kind of took it apart and wanted to upgrade all the innards and stuff underneath. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably make it, it's a 60-in-1 currently, which only has 4-way joystick games. But now I'm going to make it 8-way and 4-way. So what I want to do is I'm going to upgrade the joystick so that I can just go underneath, because you can kind of reach under here and still get to stuff. So I'm going to reach under and you'll be able to switch it to 4 and 8-way. I'm just going to upgrade it to GroovyGameGear's joystick where you can switch it. But since this is a JLF that has quality parts, I have a stiffer spring in here as well. I'm kind of going to make a hybrid where I'll take his where you can switch it, but then kind of put the JLF in there and kind of make a hybrid joystick. So it should be fine. I'll have an episode on that, just upgrading it. I'm probably going to put the Raspberry Pi in here, just to have more games, because he's, kind of bored of the original games that are in here, just the 4-way stuff. So this stuff here, you guys already know. I want to upgrade this. I had started sanding this. I have an episode on that as well, where I just kind of just refinished everything, but I just haven't gotten around to it. This is probably going to be next summer where I get to this, but it's going to be a Versus. It's going to be really cool. This cabinet here is my Pac-Man cabinet, which I will get rid of. I actually got rid of the panel. Finally, I sold it on Clav. This is the one that came with it. This is a Monroe joystick, so I'm probably going to take this out and keep it, and then probably put another 4-way. I'm not really sure what I want to do with it yet. I was thinking of maybe making a multicade out of it. I know it sounds terrible, but I do have the regular Super Pac-Man here. But here's the twist. I wanted to make it look just like a Super Pac-Man. Only with, a multicade inside. And when I say multicade, I was thinking not really a 60-in-1, but maybe like a Pac-Man board with a 96-in-1 in it or something. I don't know. I'm still kind of torn on what I want to do with this. But it is color matched. I, refinished everything. I have a brand new coin door for it and stuff. I just have to get the control panel overlay and the artwork on the sides. I have the marquee and everything too. So anyway, for now, I'm just using this like for storage. And then, of course, my Orkanoid's working fine, but this is going to be a Zookeeper, as you guys know. And then my Multi-Williams, eventually I will get the side art. Right now they're painted black, but I'm waiting for Joe Sabo. He said he's going to work on artwork one day, and I'm just waiting patiently to get the brand new artwork, because I'm not really satisfied with this artwork here from Arcade Shop, because it does have Moon Patrol on it, and this does not have Moon Patrol on my J-Rock board. That was the other multi-board. So I wanted, FPGA, I wanted accuracy. So, it's kind of flaking a little bit here, but still. So that's another back burner project, but it works great in the meantime, and it's between stuff, you can't really tell. Outrun, still got a couple more things to do. I actually filled it in down here, if you want to look. I have like this putty stuff that works really great. Kind of fills it in, so I'm going to, sand it down, and then cut a groove, and then put all new T-molding on this whole thing. And I'm going to make it this color right here, I decided, which is light blue. So I still haven't gotten around to that. But in the meantime, I'm just really working on this side. This has to have a whole JAMA harness put in. It does work, but I do have Total Carnage in there. I'm going to have a project. I'm actually working with Riddle TV, who has a multi-switcher. I think it's a prototype that he hasn't released yet. So he's going to send it to me, and we're going to kind of do everything all in one episode, where I have, the JAMA and then his multi-switcher, and I'll have Total Carnage, Smash TV, and probably Robotron in that cabinet. So it'll be a 3-in-1. It'll be nice. But anyway, this here, started doing some continuity tests. I'll have an episode on that too, where I was just testing the wiring from the harness. You can see I disconnected everything over there. Just doing continuity, because I'm still trying to figure out why the controls are all wonky. These are the custom chips right here, this one and that one. I swapped them, still behaves the same. So it's probably something. I ordered some RAM too and some buffer stuff for these down here, and I'm going to see if I can change some out. From the controls, there's all this stuff here in between that I have to kind of double check which this custom chip kind of controls. But I think the custom chip is fine because, like I said, I swapped it with that one. It still behaves exactly the same. So it's probably, you know, the RAM here. I think I ordered this RAM on the side too. Maybe that one here. I think it's a LS157. Not really too sure. Anyway, so I'll do that in a separate episode. But this thing was hacked up to begin with. You could see somebody hacked it up before me. So I actually toyed with the idea of making this a JAMA cabinet completely, just redoing all the wiring if the wiring is bad, and then build a JAMA to Super Pack adapter, which is, you know, you have to solder onto a fingerboard and stuff because these, as you know, it doesn't have a edge connector. It just has connectors. So kind of a pain, but I might do it. We'll see. And of course, I have here, this is the Galaxian that you saw in the last episode. The monitor is still sitting here from the last episode. Have been too busy to really get to it. But I asked Peter at Arcade Parts and Repair if you can get this this width coil, and you cannot. He doesn't make it anymore, but he's going to see what he can do. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mail it to him, and he's going to see if he can kind of make something, test it or something to make something that's equivalent for that, because I think that's the only thing that's wrong with this. You know, in the last episode, we replaced the hot on the side, and it didn't fix the problem. So, but I have an idea of what it might be on the cabinet because I tried this monitor here, the 4900, which I'll show in another episode, and it still wasn't working. And this is a known working monitor, just wouldn't power up. So I'm guessing there's something to do with the fuse block here. This one over here, I've tested it. This actually has continuity without the fuse in it, which it's not supposed to. So I think something's going on with the wiring, or it's shorted. It's definitely shorted, so I got to figure that out. I don't know if it needs a new block, but I ordered one, so I'll do that once I get the parts. I'll probably recap the board as well. I have the cap kit for that to change out these over here and others on the board. And I got to work on this too. Upcoming projects. This is a 7400 Western Digital. I'm thinking hard drives. Wells Gardner. And I have the cap kit you can see right here, 7400. And then this one right here is a K7000. Same deal. This one I actually turned on and the flyback kind of just went up in smoke. So I do have a spare flyback that I can put in there. This one here I just took down. It was on top of the machine. This I believe is a burn-free K7000 that we did in a previous episode, which I'm just saving. That's like my gem that I'm going to put in probably in my Zookeeper once I build it. And yeah, so, you know, just projects and projects and projects. Can't really get to it. And this here, by the way, this is a, I think it's from an asteroid. So you can see the burn-in right there of the high scores and stuff. And you can see that it's a vector monitor. So it's a black and white vector. Basically, this had the, you know, problems where it wouldn't boot up. We kind of narrowed it down to the monitor. So I ordered the parts. I have all the parts right here. We're going to change a lot of stuff out. I have a cap kit for the monitor itself, plus, you know, the transistors. Ones over here were already changed. There's 2 and 2. I didn't do that. That was the guy who had this. I'm actually doing this for a buddy of mine. So he did all that, and it still wasn't working. And then he missed. There's a couple down there that I'm getting, and I'm also going to change out these 2 caps right here, the big blues on that. I guess they call them big blues, but you know, they're on the monitor. I've only seen them usually in Atari power supplies, but anyway, we're going to change that out. I went to, again, Arcade Parts and Repair. I talk to Peter all the time, so he really advises me on what I should do, and I got to swap those out to smaller ones. They're actually a lot smaller. They're right here, and they work great. He said a lot of customers buy it, and they're fine. So we'll do that in an episode. Shouldn't be too hard. I may or may not redo this AR. I mean, we tested voltages on this and everything tests fine. It's within spec, so it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And it looks like it's in great condition, you know. Looks original. I don't think anyone else did it and took it out, but we might want to reflow stuff on here. But for the most part, I think I'm going to be okay. I just got to check out these connectors because it's possible that they're not connecting right when you plug them in, because we're not getting any power to the monitor. I did not order anything on the cage here. I know I have to open that up and check some parts, but there's certain things in here that I have to change as well. So I'll take a look at that. What we'll do is we'll just cap it and stuff, and then we'll see. And if it still doesn't work, then we'll put it back on the bench and probably take that apart and figure it out and rebuild that. So yeah, so, you know, not much stuff. This here up here, I believe this is it the spare monitor that I have? Oh no, you know what this is? This is the, you can see the cards here. This is a K 4600. This one I tried rebuilding a while back and it's just dead. So I think it's something with the power over here. I have actually two of them. One gets power and one doesn't. So this one I think was pulled from my friend's Galaxian, which has burn-in and stuff. But once we get it working, I have a tube for this. I have actually two K4600 compatible tubes. You can do the swap. And then what else? Oh, we have this, the bar top. It's actually semi-working now. So, you know, I have sound. I put the speakers in. I might change these speakers out. I'm not happy with how they sound. I still have to do the artwork for the top and get that reordered. I didn't put the artwork on the side yet, although I have it. And I probably order a new marquee as well. So that's actually a work in progress. But it's up and running. I was just doing some software tests with the Raspberry Pi. It's running pretty good. I think if I put a quarter in here on the bottom, you could actually select. I believe you could do up to 2 players. Let's see. Yeah, see? So there's 1 player, 2 players. So you can play simultaneously, and the buttons and everything work really good. So I played it. It's awesome. So I'll just mess with that later. I'm still working with the configurations, with the buttons and all that stuff. So once I get that all settled, then I'll get the bezel, I'll get the marquee, I'll put the artwork on, and we'll finish this thing up. So, cool. So I guess that's it. There's not really much else, you know. Like I said, you know, I just have projects that I'm working on. Been super, super busy with work. So, you know, my time is really limited. It's an important job, so I got to really dedicate it to that. So, you know, this is kind of on the back burner, my arcade stuff, but I'm still trying to pump out something every week. So I figured, you know what, let me not leave you guys hanging and at least do something this time so you guys can see, you know, what I'm working on and stuff. But yeah. Limited time. But anyway, so I will probably have something. I have to get rid of this mess over here. So I'm definitely going to work on these and crank those out. I'm probably going to get that monitor in there temporarily for my son's birthday party. His birthday is actually tomorrow, but we're having the party the following week. So I just got to get this whole row over here up and running. So I think I'll be able to do it. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Hopefully you guys are updated on what I'm doing here. Subscribe if you haven't already. There's a lot of good stuff coming. Like I said, tons of projects I got to work on, and I will get them done. You know, these are projects that I can do here in the basement. I don't have to be outdoors. So between now, the summer, fall, and the winter, I'll have tons and tons of projects to do. And as always, you know, 10 o'clock a.m. on Fridays, you will see the updates and the episodes that come out, the new ones. So thanks again. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. And of course, I do have t-shirts. If you want to follow me at Delusional's Arcade, you can click on the link in the description and, you know, support the channel. They're really cool looking shirts. I have a variety already that are colorful. I'm going to be at the Retro World Expo, by the way. If you guys are there tomorrow, it's in Long Island. I will be there. Yeah, so I'm going to be there as a customer, not as on a panel or anything. But I know Modern Vintage Gamer is going to be there. I really would love to meet that guy, you know, and talk to him and just... you know, just chew the fat with them. It'd be really cool. So we'll see. I'll be there. I'm going to go there with friends and family. So if you guys are there, feel free to say hi. I'll be there all day on Saturday. I actually know the guys at the Cradle of Aviation, so I'll probably be hanging out with them too, behind the scenes and stuff. So yeah, hit me up if you see me there. I'll be wearing my Delusional Arcade gear, which you can purchase again in the description. So thanks again, guys. Talk to you next time, and take care.